Hello traders, and welcome to the Friday wrap-up, November 21st, 2014. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. It is absolutely Saturday morning for me, being on 12 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So it is sunny and hot, and we will be at the gazebo and drinking cold ones today, I guarantee it. Traders, this is brought to you by FXCL Excellence in Trading. All right, traders, what a rough week. I had the flu for 3 days. It was not pleasant, but I am back, and I'm feeling much better, so let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilda. I'm your moderator through the Friday wrap-up, which we do about 4 or 5 hours after the New York close, which is actually Saturday morning for me. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful career in the public safety department out of a great state of Florida, and took a 3-month holiday to Thailand to celebrate my retirement. And traders, well, today I'm still here. I'm still in Thailand. Haven't gone back yet. So I'm enjoying my life as an expat in Thailand in retirement, and I trade every single trading day. Might not be in trade, but I'm in the markets, I'm listening, always watching, and always getting ready for that trade opportunity. That's the name of the game. Probabilities and opportunities. Love it. All right, let's get that risk disclaimer out of the way. By the way, traders, we got, I think, almost 20 charts to look at today. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks to be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most of all, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. I.e., meaning that if you're on a demo account for 3 months, and then you go to a live account, your psychology comes into effect, and you will trade differently. So you will find that if you had a 65 or 70% win ratio, it's probably going to be down like a 40%, and that's fine. That's normal. It's typical. It happens to everybody. So don't be surprised. All right, commentary for the week. Don't have numbers to give you as far as what the markets closed at the end of Friday. To be honest with you, I'm in my office, and I left my Apple computer, my laptop, in my room. And not only that, I also left my telephone in my room, which would have given me the same information. So I have nothing to give you as far as numbers, but I do have some very important commentary. And 2 things we need to understand. Draghi has spoken twice this week, and both times this man has spoken, some of these euro pairs have moved over 150 pips. He's not saying anything positive. There's nothing good about the euro zone or the euro pairs, but it amazes me how we keep seeing bullish moves on them, on the hourly time frames and below. It's just amazing. I don't understand it. That's not, what we're taught. Bad news. You sell, you either sell or to buy it, depending on what side of the pair you're on, but you don't, if you're trading the euro dollar and it's bad, you want to buy the dollar, right? Well, he keeps putting out bad news, and this thing keeps getting bullish and bullish. But we'll see, and I'll reveal today on the daily chart what is going on. All right, traders. The other thing is the Japanese yen. Something about Japan. Be careful. I'm telling you, they're ready to do it again. They are going to do something to get their yen stronger. I heard it was the weakest in 8 months, I think. And they're gonna do another intervention. And when they do their thing, they don't tell nobody. So just be ready that if you're in a yen pair and you can get to break even, get to 10, 12 pips, break even plus 2, and if the trade works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's okay. There's always another trade around the corner. The other big news is that China yesterday, well, today for you all, Friday, decided to lower their overnight rate. They lowered 25 basis points, and their other rate they lowered, I think it was 50 basis points. So they lowered their rates, and was a total shock to the market. I did not see very much reaction myself. I just took a quick look at my laptop, and I didn't see much of a reaction to that China news. So we might see that on Monday. All right, traders, it's time to look at some daily charts. Now I'm going to probably go through these a little quick, only because I have so many of them. I have a lot. I think I have like 20 charts to show you. So, yep, in fact, that's exactly what it is. It's 20 charts to show you. So let's get moving. All right, first one, of course, is the euro dollar. This is a situation with the euro dollar. You see, yesterday's candle was red. This thing moved, like I said, 120 pips, 125 pips. The euro moved yesterday. And the 3 days before, we kept on getting bullish patterns, and people were buying it. Well, finally, Draghi spoke yesterday, and he just broke the ice, and this thing just dumped like a rock. People took profits from the week, and this is what we have. So what happens now? Now we're at maximum support, so it's either going to drop from here and continue down, or we're going to start to see some bullish candlestick formations, and it's going to come up. Don't think so, but could happen. I'd put a trend line on there, and I'd wait for this thing to, on the daily chart, to see what happens as far as what we're going to do in the next Asia session when we come back next week for our trading. And, we just have to be careful now. We have to really pay attention to what we're doing and make sure that our analysis is like on track and we're at the right spot at the right time. And traders, even if you're trading the 15-hour chart, go to the daily chart or the 4-hour chart and just check, go back and forth between your higher time frames and your lower time frames to see what's going on. You can actually put, horizontal lines marking different time frames, which wouldn't be a bad idea to put on your charts. All right, here we go. Dollar Swiss. Sorry about that mess. I forgot to move the dollar Swiss side. We're still in this range. We've been in this range for it looks like 2 weeks almost. And it's just hanging there. It's not doing anything. I think it's more confused than the euro is. And so it's not doing anything. The dollar Swiss is sitting there, and it's not going to do a thing. So you know what? There's nothing to do here. As far as a daily chart goes, as far as going into next week, you have to be open-minded about this because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if this is going to break to the downside. We don't know if it's going to break to the upside. Especially if you look at this chart, this is bullish. We should be looking to take this to the upside. But we'll see what happens in next Asia and how that handles that. Here's our pound dollar. I don't know. You can't get much more bearish than this. You could see where we had our 2 days we had an uptrend, and all the gurus were saying, oh, it's the pound is back, and here we go. Well, the pound ain't back, and we're not going nowhere. We have come back to support, and we've ended with an indecision candle. So, the pound is a selling opportunity for me coming into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Here's a really cool pair to trade. This trades, unfortunately, this is a very ugly daily chart, but when it does trade nice, it does a good job. And this is the Euro New Zealand. Look at this. Friday's candle. Traders, that's a lot of pips this thing dumped on the Euro News. This thing absolutely just collaborated this thing and just took it for a ride. And a lot of pips there, over 100 pips there. So now, what are we going to do here in the next on our next trading week? It's at support. Look left of the chart; it is at support. So I'm either going to look for a bounce, or as it did in the past, or I'm going to look for it to break through support and keep on heading down. But I'm more likely to see it to go back to the upside. All right, let's take a look at the CAD Yen. The CAD Yen's doing very well. The yen is very weak. The CAD is doing well. So you wouldn't expect anything else but to see what you're seeing there, the rocket ship. This is just on the move. Traders, what goes up must come down, so just be aware of that. And, I'm waiting for the extreme, and I'm waiting for the bomb for this thing to just dump back down to that 200. And I think it's going to happen. So we'll keep a nice eye on the CAD yen. Here's a Euro Aussie. It's one of my favorite pairs to trade. Look at this Friday. Look at this Friday candle. Traders, I was sick as a dog with the flu, and I missed all this. I missed Thursday. I missed Friday, and there was some really nice moves. Just take notice that this is sitting at support. Okay, look left of the chart. Every time it's coming to this price level, it's made a reaction. So, my bias would be careful, and I would look for an up move. People are going to start taking their profits from this, and we're going to probably see a bullish Euro Aussie. Here's the pound Aussie. I don't trade it very much. I'm really not familiar with its personality. I can tell you that it does move nicely. It's a nice downtrend. And, I'd expect this to continue to the downside. Even if you look at spatially, at the top, you can see it's in a downtrend. And just as long as it stays below that 200 exponential moving average, I would keep staying bearish on this one. Here's a Euro Swissy. Isn't this a nice moving chart? Now, this is a really nice moving chart. Nice slide to the downside. What do we got here, though? We're at support. Again, we have a red candle from Friday. The two candles before that were blue, meaning going up. And Wednesday ended in a doji. Thursday ended positive. Friday with a red candle. What's going to happen? Who knows? But we're at support, and just realize that. So whatever you do in your lower time frames, if you're not trading the daily chart, just be careful, but you are at support. Here's a dollar CAD. Pretty ugly. This is a pretty ugly chart. It's sideways. Did break Friday with everything else. Look at that big red candle. It broke, but it hasn't broken support. So as far as I'm concerned, this is in a nasty range. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even look at trading this. They don't call this the loonie for nothing. So I would be very careful if you're considering trading this pair. Be really careful. I don't know what it's going to do. I have no idea. New Zealand dollar, all over the place. This is usually such a nice pair to trade. This right now is really starting to turn bullish. It did have 3 days of red candles, but the last two candles gave us higher highs and higher lows. And I would expect, because I think the dollar is sort of like level now, and I don't think the dollar is going to get any stronger than it already is, and I think this is heading up. I'd love to see it take out that double top, and I would love to take that up to that 200 exponential moving average on the daily chart, so you can imagine how many pips that would be like on a 1 hour chart or a 4 hour chart. Here's a loonie, the good old loonie. Surprisingly ended up with a blue candle on Friday, and it's giving us two higher lows. We are at support. It's moving its way up. Needs to take out that top, though, on that spiked red candle. What is that? 4 candles after the last candle. We need to take that top out. We need to move this to the upside. I'd like to see a bearish candlestick formation, and maybe we'll start taking this Aussie to the upside. But we have to be careful. Remember, it's a commodity pair. Here's a dollar yen. I don't trade the dollar yen, but I use it as a tool. Remember, if you don't have the dollar index on your chart, you can always go to the dollar yen and use it as basically the dollar index, because it mimics the dollar index very well. So just keep an eye on that. But looking strong as ever. So the yen's so weak and the dollar's strong. Why we have a red candle is I don't know, something was probably said in New York. Well, I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I don't have any idea. All right, let's go over to Swiss yen. Here's a Swiss yen. Look at this red candle here. But look at what we have here. We have a decision candle, indecision, decision. We're at resistance. Yes, my friends, we have an evening star. So that's a reversal candlestick formation on a daily chart. So traders, this might be coming back down to that 200 EMA. So we'll have to take a look at that at the next Asia session. Here's a New Zealand yen. I don't trade it much. It's sort of in a range right now. Not clear what it's doing. To me, it looks like it's tired out and it's going to fall. Whether it's just going to fib and continue its move up is very possible. If I was going to trade this, that's exactly what I would do. I'd either stick a trend line in there or I would fib the current swing and take it that way. Even if I took the trade, I'd have a fib on there to know when to expect it to bounce and when not to. But this, to me, you have 3 out of 4 candles that are indecision candles. So this tells me that the bulls are running out of power here, and we might see it drop. Here's the Aussie New Zealand, another nice pair. Look at how nice the stair-step trading is. Just really nice. Just keep selling it. As long as it stays below that 200 on the daily, just keep selling it, because you know it's really selling on the lower time frames. Wow, it's going long today. I have a lot of charts. Here's the euro. Here's the euro dollar. I don't know why I have 2 euro dollars in there, but I do. Again, we talked about this pair. Let's move along. And here's our Aussie yen. Again, this is sideways. This is pretty nasty. Last 5 candles are indecision candles. I think the bulls, again, are getting tired, and I'd be looking for the fall there, whether it's a fib pullback or it's just a fall and it's going to fall. We'll see what happens. And like I said before, I think the Aussie might come strong. And we know that the yens are weak, but the problem with the yens are we expect them to do an intervention for sure in the very near future. And our good old friend, the beast, the pound yen, looking good, looking strong. We had, the red candle like everybody else on Friday. And that's over all these announcements, profit taken, all that stuff. That's why we're seeing all these red candles. So, yep, just keep buying the pound, the beast, the pound yen. Looking good. This is really looking good. Nice daily chart. Broke that range, took a high. We do have, you could call this an evening star. We got decision, indecision, decision. So we could call that. So this might drop. We don't know, but we'll see what happens at next Asia. Traders, coming down to our last one. I always like to show you the dollar index. You can see it's still giving us higher highs and higher lows. So it's niching its way up a little bit more. But you can notice that the candles are getting smaller and weaker. So the dollar still is strong, but not as strong. I think the dollar is leveling out. Traders, I'd like to thank you for joining me today on a Friday and a Saturday morning for me. Remember that this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. My name is William Gilden, and I thank you again for joining me for another session. Traders, don't forget, every weekday, Monday through Friday, we have the market opening preview every day before the London Open. Traders, are coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Take care, have a great weekend break, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.